Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second and final round of the 2022 Discraft Presents Sun Kings Throwdown the Mountain 10. This is the FPO division. We've got our lead card, and as I said, it's the second and final round. We're here on Sunday. Unfortunately, Saturday's second round was called off before it even started, and so the event, instead of 54 holes, is trimmed back to just 36. So we got to get it in, and you make it count here today during the final round. And your leader from round number one, Brooksville's own Ellen Widboom, shot 1 under in the opening round. She did so with, well, starting out on hole 1 from almost that exact same position where she canned the putt. Hailing out of Augusta, Georgia, we have Haley Childs. Haley comes into the round with an 860 rating. She's got a couple of A-tier wins to her name in her professional career. And certainly newer to the scene, Jordan Lynds. Her and her sister are out here. So if you've been at all confused, or it looks like you're seeing double, well, you just might have seen her sister, Morgan. And this, of course, Pam Reineke. If you play Florida disc golf, you see Pam. And we're all better for it. A little off the mark for a long birdie bid. A solid run by Jordan. Jordan and her sister just picked up disc golf. In fact, June will mark 1 year since they played in their first ever tournament. And every time they've played in intermediate or advanced, it seems like they're picking up a win. Usually one will take first, the other one will take second to them, and they actually flip-flop back and forth. They're just a point off of one another. And just a bit off is Ellen Widboom, so it looks like she's going to be opening with a par on hole 1. And no one else on the card will be gaining any strokes on her with that par. Conditions somewhat similar to what we saw on Friday morning in that it's gorgeous or it's nice out right now. However, the day before, torrential downpours, lightning, wind, a little bit of everything, just absolutely nasty and unplayable out on the course. So being an early morning round, they're going to experience a little bit of that moisture that's still out on the ground. Backhand through the tunnel, no problems there for Ellen. This is the only hole on the entire course that has a slight alteration from round 1 to round 2 here. And that's this basket has been pulled about 15 feet to the right. So I know you saw some coverage where there was water directly behind. Mike Barnett did his best to try and drain that area, but he also pulled the basket a little bit closer to the right-hand side. You can see the red basket there up at about the 1 o'clock position. You can actually see it here just in frame momentarily. And perfect drive for Pam. And if you haven't picked up on it already, Pam's pretty fast. She gets up and throws relatively quickly, and John and Dillon are going to be adjusting to that all day long, seeing someone just get up and fire as quick as she does. Side note, I love it. I love quick play. So Jordan will have a little work left to do. We'll see if Haley can. She would have liked a little more turn on that to kind of have it continue to fade up that hill. Easy work for Widboom. And more medal. Just off the mark for Jordan. Haley left with a birdie look. You see that standing water directly in line with the basket. That's essentially over there where John is. That's where the basket was during round number 1. And the women are playing what's called an orange layout. It was the gold layout for the MPO division. The women on quite a few holes have slightly shorter tees to have the what is called the orange layout. And again, for men and women, this is the only change from round 1 to here 2 days later. Ellen excited to pick up the birdie. And they'll head over down that pathway to the ledge for the tee of 3. Big thanks to Discraft, one of your primary supporters and sponsors here of the tournament, along with Sun King. You're trying to throw off of this ledge. You want to beat this tree right there. Landing anywhere around here is in good position. Your footwork will be goofy. And then you can't go too long because you've got the spine and a little bit of a dangerous green. And also anything on that right side could be OB with a barbed wire fence. That's about as perfect of a drive as you could ask for. I know the footing's goofy, but that's truly a perfect drive. Might be a little bit pinched off around the corner. That's turning. That needed just a... Oh, wow, and that went dead straight onto the hillside, and that sliding down is actually a good thing, but she's going to have really awkward footing. Oh, great. Unbelievable to hear that Jordan and her sister Morgan, like I said, very little play. They've only been PDGA members since 2021. They just found disc golf prior to COVID, and they had told me that they're also were very competitive in softball, tennis, and volleyball. And they have a newfound competitive juice or nature found here in disc golf. And they're just 25 years old as Haley, good, smart play right up to the hillside onto the flat area. A huge advantage if you're a forehand thrower that you can give this a run without needing to, run up using your feet. And like Haley, that's good position. As I mentioned, Pam, a staple in Florida disc golf. PDGA number 6439. That's dating back to 1992. It's got to be crazy for her to see the evolution of disc golf throughout all these years, and then to see her competing in the FPO division against some of our new upcoming stars. She's listed with 87 wins, including the 2019 Pro Masters of 55 and up. She's got various United States women's titles, and she was the Masters World Champion in 2008. Back there in Kalamazoo. I think I played in that one myself. I was I won the Glow World title. Not nearly as prestigious as the real one she took down, though, that year. I'm hungry. Are you guys?
I'm Garrett Girthy. People know me as Double G. I've been making Double G craft jerky since I was 16 years old.
When I have Double G's craft jerky and I pull it out of my bag during a round, the first thing anyone asks is that Double G's craft jerky? And I always bring the big bag because I know I'm gonna have to share it.
I'm a big fan of beef jerky, and I have to say that Double G beef jerky is absolutely my favorite I've ever found.
I'm always looking forward to digging my hand in my next bag of Double G craft jerky.
You can find Double G craft jerky at doublegjerky.com.
And I'll be giving away a ton of jerky throughout the year as we head over to hole number 4, 266 feet. Aerial Elements helped with the drone footage. Appreciate Mike coming in at the last moment to provide us those. You gotta hit the gap, which Ellen's done. And then somehow you gotta climb up the hill as well and get it to sit. Okay, that'll work. A little bit short, but perfectly fine position for Pam. You really want to split the difference between what we just saw from Ellen and Pam in terms of accuracy. That's going to be off in Ellen neighborhood. I like this. Oh, no, I did like it until it got the roll, and it thankfully checks up, stays in bounds. A few inches more, and that would have gone up and over or through this barbed wire fence. Double check anytime you're playing an event as to whether if you get 1 meter or more based on the OB line. Often when it's a barbed wire fence, there'll be a provision of 1.5 or even 2 meters like it is in this event. Standard relief, though, is 1 meter. I'm going to get all metric on you for a minute. And you see the mini she landed on. A lot of people have asked, so I'll clarify again. Those minis are staked down, and those are for when they come up and set up the temporary baskets, so they know exactly where to place them time and time again. So that's why you see minis staked down into the ground as Ellen pitches up for the birdie. And I understand how it could be confusing, but once you get that figured out, you realize that's all it is. So Jordan has opened with 3 consecutive pars. And Ellen will remain 1 under for the round, 2 under overall, and no major shakeups at this point. Pam remains 1 under for the round. Hole 5, blind shot. This is going to carry down and to the left-hand side. You need to push it to find the opening, because if you're short, you're going to be in a world of trouble if you don't get around the corner. But if you go too long, you might get hung up. I'll say it every time. You'd rather go long than short here. Short guarantees that you're working hard for the par. Long, well, you're rolling the dice a little bit. You might have a birdie look, you might have a par look, but short is never good. Oh. Pam was doing the running man. And kids, if you're too young, as I'm watching Jordan get ready to know what the running man is, ask your parents. Good shot by Jordan. Yeah, I was just thinking she would have loved a little more flair. And I'm not just talking about your outfit at TGI Fridays. But she would love more flair. That kind of skips straight. Great approach by Ellen. And here's what I mean if you're short and up against this wall. And Pam trying to bust out the lefty forehand. And now she'll go to the righty backhand. Bag of tricks she's carrying around with her. Not sure if she was fully running at it, but it almost went in. Great shot. Well, that's a way to pick up a bogey. Pam Reineke from way downtown. Put it on the highlight reel. Here's Jordan. Ellen will scoop up the par. I believe that's a 2-stroke improvement from her on round number 1 on this hole. I think she had the double bogey. Haley fights her way into a par. Should be the same here for Jordan. And so Pam with the long shot to save the bogey. They'll play at 1 over. We had over another right to left blind hole. You want to finish right about here? Somewhere in this neighborhood would be great. Then you're likely going to have a blind approach shot that bends from left to right up onto this green. One of my favorite greens on the course. And eventually lands in that little pocket. She will take it. She said, lucky break. Jordan ready to fire away. Thinks it's tight, but I think it should work out just fine. And a great looking shot there by Haley. She knows that's flipped up on her. She needed more stability or more angle on the release. One of the two. Asking about the headwind. And that post there you see is red. That's such a great idea. While people are standing on the tee, they flip that back and forth between red and green, letting the group know if they're clear to throw or not. Gives you a little more of a visual. Help out with the spotting. Too much carry on the forehand. And most would really think of Ellen as a forehand specialist, which she is. But we've also seen so many incredible backhands that I've forgotten her forehand dominance, in fact. And she really busted out there. But she's known for her forehand throwing. And you can barely tell anymore, which is nothing but a compliment to how well her backhand has come along. I was there for Ellen's biggest win, the Idlewild, which was incredible a couple years ago. Actually, her next biggest win, I think, was in Jacksonville. I think I filmed that as well. All right, that'll work. Keeps her in the open. Just hit the path and scoot up. Great shot for Pam. All right, that kick out, it makes a world of difference. That went from very difficult to still quite makeable. And Ellen says that wasn't the intent, but nonetheless, she's going to walk away with a par and really not going to be mad about that. And Haley probably a little disappointed in that. What you won't be disappointed in, though, is Swarm Digital Marketing. They'll help out with designing your website and maintaining it. They're right here in the U.S. They support the disc golf community. So if you need any work on a website, make sure you mention the Disc Golf Guy. They'll give you a free consultation. The number, the information's all in the video description here below. Again, make sure you reach out to them. They'll help you out. SEO, logo, online reputation, management, all of that stuff. That's Swarm Digital Marketing. And again, mention the Disc Golf Guy. They'll hook you up. We head over hole number 7 after a brief walk up the hill. Just 269 feet. Plays somewhat downhill. There's a little bit of danger behind the basket, directly behind it. And anything down and to the right, I think we saw a miraculous par save during round 1, but anything down and to the right can be deadly. So do not go over there. Ellen off to the left side. She'll just have to see how aggressive she wants to be. This could be dangerous. Oh, and thankfully she gets hung up. Usually you're not excited to hit a tree, but I think in Jordan's case, that was a good tree. And I love the line here. She did. No. She threw it too far, and that is the nasty roll potential I speak of over on that right-hand side. And maybe taking a little too much off is Pam, who's going to be fighting from the short left side here. Good play, just taking her medicine, not trying to throw a hero shot and then throwing away extra strokes. See if Pam now can get up and down for the bogey. Or the long throw in. Thinking back to hole 5 when she threw it in to save the bogey then. This was for par. Here's Ellen. And Ellen just doing exactly what she needed there to pitch it up, take the par. She's happy to move on. And this is from way down on this right side. If you rewind my footage to about 6-7 years ago, the basket actually was placed down in that area. That'll work. Jordan looking at a bogey. And really, Pam doing the best she can to pick up the bogey after the tee shot that she had.
That's crazy. I know, dude. She said it was like 10 feet from the basket.
Yeah, her disc was almost right where you are right now already, Haley. It was there once. Back on your original throw. And that's a pretty incredible par save. Everybody making the most of it, knowing we have just 2 rounds here. A rain out on Saturday, which was absolutely nasty for most of the day. As we head over to hole number 8, 431 feet for hole 8. Gentle bend from left to right. Plays to the base of the hill. If you've got the power, you might push up the hillside here to give yourself a look. You still have a low ceiling if you're coming in hot. A little bit of a backstop. making this one pretty attackable on that second shot. And here's Ellen. You'd really love to be where the spotter's standing right there. Ellen's got a couple of angles to work. Well, too much turn.
That was hideous.
Calling it hideous. Here's Jordan. And that's a good safe play right out into the center. You know, seeing that a couple of the other women are going to be a little bit out of position. Oh, Pam's ready to go.
Watch out, dog.
Oh, no. I didn't take Pam as the type to hit a dog.
Dog. I just knew it.
And you see Haley's got a window to hit and climb uphill and left to right. Jordan from at least 200, maybe 2.25 uphill. Count it. She's going to hustle up the mountain to retrieve it. Jordan from way back. She's from about 3 hours from there, Palm City. I'm going to give her half that distance. Unbelievable. And the hustle up the hill. We're going to take one more look. We've got the other catch cam angle. Great shot, Jordan. The only birdie to be had thus far. There were no birdies on hole 8 in round 1. Ellen, the only other woman left to try and match it. And she's got a par look. Oh. These guys are assaulting the basket. Great shot by Haley. She's underneath it for the bogey. We've seen such great putting out of Ellen over the last round and a half. And she's going to pick up a bogey.
Couldn't get up the hill. I was falling 3 times.
Wow, so we've seen the huge throw in by Pam back on 5, and Jordan, as I see that, nearly double it. Nice shot. She's going to take the honors as we head into the last hole of the front 9. 306 feet, playing all along this ridge. Not pleasant, either left or right side. I feel like left side gives you less options. Right side has plenty of trees and a few more alleyways to hit. Of course, you'd love to come up just short of the pin, have it skip up the hillside, put you in putting range. And that's left side. Gets caught up a little bit. We'll see if she's got a recovery angle from over there. A standstill by Ellen. Haley with really no run up either. Oh, so close to being clean. I've yet to ask the question, or any question for that matter, but I got to give away some jerky and other stuff. Pam's on the right side. After seeing the throw-ins that we have thus far, what's your longest throw-in? Don't count an ace. I don't want to know an ace, even though that could be considered a throw-in, but what's your longest throw-in not from the tee? That's what I want to know. Put that in the comments. Do all the YouTube things, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, all that cheesy YouTube stuff. Smash the like button. I can't even say it right. But leave it in the comments. Your longest throw in, bonus points if you describe it. That will make you eligible to win some giveaways. As we're seeing Ellen's second shot. And this is what I mean by small or lack of windows, but Jordan apparently doesn't have the problems that I'm making up here. There's Pam's third. Draws a little bit of metal. This is Ellen for par. Nice. It's going to be tough to catch that woman. She's even through the front nine. 2 birdies, 2 bogeys. Man, and for only playing a couple years, Jordan certainly looks like she's got game she's bringing, and we're going to start to close out. Again, this is the front nine. Thank you to Sun King, Mike Barnett, all of the supporters and sponsors that you've seen, John, Dillon, Ryan, my crew out there, along with Swarm Digital Marketing. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it for supporting not only my coverage, but also all of women's disc golf. That's all I've got. We're through the front nine, just 9 holes left to play at the 2022 Throwdown the Mountain 10. We'll see you for the exciting conclusion on the other side.